Happy Tuesday. Happy So What Day. I hope you're having a great start to your day and a great start to your week. It is the last week of September. That's nuts. I'm happy to report that I think my children have their Halloween costumes figured out. So I have a list of to-dos for that, but I have a good start. So we're in good shape there. I have a lot to talk about today. First up, this is very exciting. So last week we unveiled our fall mystery box. For those of you new to So What or new to our mystery boxes, we release these quarterly. So we have one for every season, and they include lots of Sulky must-haves. So some of our best-selling products, new products. Sometimes you'll get something in there we haven't even released yet at sulky.com. So you can be the first to try it out and let us know what you think. We throw in lots of fun goodies in there, and it's kind of like a chopped basket, from the Food Network. Something you would open up and then decide what you're going to use it for, how you're going to experiment with these threads, stabilizers. Sometimes there's fabric, hint, hint, and other items. So they went super fast, as they usually do. So we decided, because we got some feedback that people were not able to get their boxes, we decided to restock a very limited number of them. So if you were interested in a mystery box last Tuesday, but you were not able to get one in time, we now have some more available at sulky.com. But this is it. So when they're gone, they're gone. So definitely head on over to sulky.com and grab up a fall mystery box while you can. I linked to straight to the mystery box in the description of the post today. So if you are not seeing all of the links for everything I'm going to talk about today, make sure you hit the little see more button so that the whole description will pop up in front of you and you can easily click on over to sulky.com or our various other links, and you'll easily be able to find what you need. All right, Nancy says she recently ordered her very first. Ooh, people are getting theirs already, so that's exciting. Did you like what you got, Vita? Let us know. So exciting. Janet's is coming today. All right. Have received my mystery box full of nice, usable stuff. What I like about the mystery box is, let's say you are mostly a quilter. So you always get Sulky 30 weight thread, Sulky 50 weight thread for your piecing and quilting. And you've never tried Sulky metallics, or you've never tried the cotton petites. When you get a mystery box, you'll get all kinds of different thread types and weights, different colors, different things to experiment with that maybe you wouldn't have tried before. So it's a great opportunity to kind of test drive lots of things that Sulky offers and maybe find some new favorites that you can add to your wish lists moving forward. All right. Pat got mine last week. Awesome stuff in it. Awesome. Wow, you guys are getting your mystery boxes quick. That's great. Helen got hers yesterday. So that is wonderful. Patricia ordered one. All right. Fantastic. All right. They are telling me we only have a few left again. So be sure to jump on it, you guys. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. It's fun to get yourself a little gift, and it's really affordable. It's only $29.99. We made the sale price active again so that you can get that great deal. It's over $55 worth of stuff. So a really, really great deal. All right. So diving on in to today's topic, and it is serger. So even if you don't have a serger, stick around because I'm going to be talking about lots of things today, and I may just convince you to take a leap and grab a serger, borrow one and test drive it from a friend, go to your sewing machine dealer and test drive some sergers. We have a really great serger sewing session that was activated yesterday. Now, I say activated because it's not a live event like our video casts and webcasts and like our So What here right now. All of the content is available on demand for you to watch, read through, take at your leisure. The whole idea is that you're getting way more of a comprehensive educational experience with our longer format sessions, and the platform, sewingonline.sulky.com, will save your progress. So each lesson within that session, once you hit complete, the platform remembers where you left off. So you can kind of schedule your session sewing time as it fits in with your busy schedule. So you don't have to set aside, a couple of hours for a video cast or, make sure to attend live, because it's there for you forever and always. It's always accessible in your library at sewingonline.sulky.com. So you can come back, review it, refresh, grab up all the freebies and printables associated with that session, and enjoy it forever. So if you're in the market for a serger, this is also a great session to take, because there's all kinds of information about setting up a serger, the benefits of having a serger in your sewing room, things that a serger is useful for, not just finishing seams. And I'm going to go over that in a little bit. Katrina Walker, who wrote this book that I have on screen right now, Serger 101, a field guide, she is the expert instructor for our serger sewing session. Some of you, if you have taken one of our summer sewing sessions, then you're familiar with the format. If it's new to you, I think you will really enjoy the interactive virtual experience. We also have a community. So when you register for one of our sessions, you are automatically added to the community page. It's a lot like a Facebook page, but it is only comprised of those people taking the session. So you can interact with people. It's a safe space to post your progress, to talk about the session, to talk about the projects you're creating, to ask your questions freely to the group, to the Sulky team, or to Katrina directly. And we're always in there interacting with everyone and making sure that you're having the best experience. So a lot goes into planning these sessions, and I think you will really love it once you experience it. So the reason I have this book on screen is, of course, because Katrina wrote it, and it is a great accompaniment to the serger session. I have one of these myself. I refer to it often when I'm doing a serger project, because a lot of the times, I don't use my serger as much as I use my standard sewing machine, although if I could use it for absolutely everything, I would, because I absolutely love using the serger. It's so quick and easy. Anytime I can accomplish 3 things at the same time, I'm going to take that as a win. So when I can finish my seams and construct my seams and trim my seam allowance all in one shot, thank you very much. There are also some great serge as you go projects. And if that is an unfamiliar term to you, I'm going to be talking about that in just a moment as well. So that basically means you can create your whole project using the serger, whether that's meaning that it's being quilted, lined, bound. All kinds of things can be done with your serger. So if you're in the market for a serger, like I said, and you don't have one yet, think about signing up for this session. There's a serger buying guide. So even if you have a serger, maybe it's still in your closet, maybe you've never unboxed it, Maybe it's just been a while since you've used it and you need a refresher. Or if you're in the market for a new one, you can print out this handy serger buying guide. It has a checklist for things to look for. It has an area for note-taking. So if you do head on over to a sewing machine dealer and do some test driving of machines, which I highly, highly recommend, you can take some notes, take everything home, make an educated decision, and buy the serger that's right for you. There are also some practice templates and some really great practice lessons that Katrina guides you through. And you can keep all of your practices in like a binder. So if you grab up those plastic, what are they called? Like plastic binder sheets that have a little pocket in them, you can put your serger samples in there, and then you can write with either Sharpie or dry erase marker right on the plastic sleeve what you did, what that stitch is called, what you used for the sample. And then you have this great binder reference that anytime you're going to do a serger project, you can pull it out and say, okay, I really like this stitch. This is what I want to do for this project. These are the settings I need. And then it'll all start becoming automatic for you, just like your favorite stitches that you use on your sewing machine. So, Serger Sewing Session, Basics and Beyond, I extended our $5 off deal. So normally this sewing session costs $19.99. You get a free pattern with it. You get at least 5 videos. I think this one might have 8. You get tons of ancillary materials, printables, access to the community, access to asking your questions, all kinds of benefits for this for $19.99. So I extended the coupon so you can get $5 off if you sign up today. The coupon will expire tomorrow, so use the link that I put into the description of today's post. That will have the coupon already applied, so you can get the session for only $14.99. All right, so not only did we extend the mystery box deal, but we're extending the Serger Sewing Session for everyone who is watching So What. If you are so inclined, grab up the Serger 101 book. This is our freebie for one lucky viewer who is watching So What right now, commenting, sharing, giving me all those great emojis, likes, loves. I'll even take the angry ones. Bring them on. All of that good stuff, as long as you're engaging with the post today, with the live feed, either on Facebook or on YouTube, you will be eligible automatically to win the Serger 101 book. So, great stuff happening today. So excited. All right. Another thing with the Serger Sewing Session is not only is Katrina going to give you all these tips for using your serger for both construction and decorative applications, which is why it is called Basics and Beyond, she also takes you through a great Serge As You Go project. It's really a Serge As You Go method that you can apply to several home dec projects. And we have created a kit to put everything all together for you so that you save a little bit of money. Because if you were to buy all of these things separately, it would really start adding up. So we like to bundle these things together for you to make it easy for you to grab up the kit that you will use for the projects that Katrina is going to walk you through. So this is our Jelly Roll Home Decor Kit. And as you can see, it comes with a full jelly roll of fantastic, high-quality Kona cotton solids. The solid colors range in creams, reds, and greens. So it's great for the upcoming holiday season if you decorate in the more kind of traditional, red and green holiday palette. If you do not, you can separate all of those cream shades and do your home decor in all different colors of cream. That would be really pretty. You can use all of the greens. or you can use all of the reds, or you can mix them all together and do any combination that you like out of that jelly roll. So that full jelly roll and these 3 spools of beautiful Sulky variegated rayon thread, as well as a pack of serger needles, this is enough to create at least 2 of the home decor projects that Katrina demonstrates in the session. And it is on sale. So it's only $49.99 for all of this. And as you may well know, sometimes these jelly rolls alone can be $49.99. You also get, like I mentioned, variegated rayon thread. Did you know that in addition to our cotton blendables, we have some variegated rayon? And you will find that it is the beautiful, shiny, wonderful, high quality thread from Sulky that you know and love. And you will get 3 spools because Katrina is going to be using a flat lock stitch for the Serge As You Go projects. And if you are unfamiliar with experimenting with your flat lock stitches, this is the course for you. So here is an image of one of the projects you can create using that kit. You could see Katrina just used the greens and the reds for this table runner. And all of those seams have that beautiful variegated thread, and you can see just a little bit of it. It looks like little ladder stitches along all of those seams. Then the outside is hemmed with the variegated thread as well. So you start from the middle, you work your way out. It is the same Serge As You Go method you will use to then create a pillow if you so desire. You can also sort of cut the table runner almost in half, or actually you'll square it up a little bit differently, and you can create a set of placemats. So it's a very versatile method and creates a rather stunning result. So that is what the kit is for. And the project within the Serger session is really just one lesson out of the 6 lessons that you will have. So the majority of them really is familiarizing yourself with your serger and what it can do. So in one of the lessons, Katrina teaches you 3 stitches to know, 3 that you are going to use all of the time. And, for the longest time, I used to use my serger for a 4-thread overlock, and that's it. I never changed it up. I always used it for finishing seams. And even if a 3-thread overlock was more appropriate, I would just leave all 4 threads in my serger. It's only within probably the past 3 or 4 years that I started really understanding more of what my serger can do for me. I got a Serger Foot Kit. Did you know that there are serger feet and serger attachments you can buy that really just take your serger to new heights? I did an episode of Fons and Porter's Love of Quilting way back in the day with Mary Fons, and we demonstrated how to use a bias binder foot attachment on your serger. And I finished an entire quilted table runner. It was a quilt as you go project. So you basically piece it together with the with the batting and backing as you go. And you continue to piece together the runner, then you square it up, and then you'll use your bias binder attachment to bind the entire thing. And, I am one who always hand sews my binding when I'm doing a quilt because I really like it to look invisible on the back side of the work. And I find that when I machine sew binding to a quilt, I can never really get as accurate as I want along the quilt wrong side. When you use the bias binder attachment on your serger, it feeds the binding through next to the foot, so you always catch that wrong side with your stitches, and you have a beautiful, professional looking end result. It's amazing. And I'm really going off topic here because Katrina does not go into serger attachments, but we may have something like that planned for our next installment of serger sewing sessions. Just saying. So for now, we're taking you through the basics and going a little bit beyond, and that will set you up for the next sort of stage of serger education. So this is an image of these 3 stitches you will want to know. You will learn them in the session, the settings for them, all of that. This is what that flat lock stitch looks like. It is actually really beautiful on the right side, and I love that you can see some decorative thread showing through. We always want to show our beautiful thread work. Why not? Especially when it's a variegated thread or one of the Sulky cotton blendables. The thread is so beautiful in and of itself. Why hide it on the wrong side of the work? So this is a really unique finish and stitch all in one. Gives you a decorative look while also assembling your table runner or pillow. And here is kind of what it looks like once you sort of pull your piecing apart a little bit more. Now your raw edge is still along the back. You're not pulling it all the way open, just ever so slightly to let those stitches show, and then you'll give it a bit of a press. So you'll learn all about flat locking. There's a whole section in the serger sewing session about it, and you will really start to understand how to set your machine up for it and all the different things you can do with it. You can even make a very professional looking hem with a flat lock. All right. Ooh, another thing that I just really had no idea that you could do this with your serger. And, you know, I've been at this a long time. You can always learn something new, and that's the whole point of continuing our sewing education, learning from each other, taking these online courses, learning from these experts who work on these machines every single day. Did you know that you can do a blind hem on your serger? Give me a thumbs up if you already knew this. Anyone? I know. Katrina's going to show you how easy it is to accomplish this simply by using your serger. So first, I'm just going to give you a slight overview. You will learn way more in the session. First, you will fold your fabric to the wrong side, up your hem allowance. Then you actually fold it the opposite direction. So you'll fold that hem allowance over, and you're going to be sewing down that little fold that you can see here. It's so much easier to see it in the video than it is to explain in a picture tutorial. So I highly suggest hop on over, grab that serger sewing session, and watch Katrina in action. Then you will sew your blind hem and see how it's trimming the fabric ever so slightly there. I mean, that was the best invention in the universe, trimming your fabric while you're sewing. Whoever thought of that is a genius. And then here is kind of what your stitch looks like. And then once you fold your, actually I think that picture was in the wrong spot, but after you do your blind hem and fold it back to the right side, you barely see your little stitches, that's why it's called a blind hem, along the right side of your work. This works really, really great for heavier weight fabrics. Even a denim this might work well with, although with denim you probably want a little bit stronger seam. But man, I had no idea you could use your serger to create a blind hem. So I definitely learned lots of things by pulling this serger session together and creating it for all of you, organizing it all. I've gone through Katrina's Serger 101 book like it is, you know, my Serger Bible. So if you are grabbing up that Serger session, make sure to get a kit. Like I said, it's on sale so that you can create that lovely holiday home decor using that jelly roll, and then put that Serger 101 book in your cart. Again, that's our giveaway today on So What. One lucky winner who is commenting, liking, sharing the post will be winning this book, and I will announce the winner tomorrow on this very post. All right, Sheila also never knew that blind hems could be done on a serger. I'm glad I am not the only one. All right, Dawn says, just learning about the blind hem is worth the whole class. I agree. All right, lots of people loving the blind hem. All right. Amy wants to know, are the serger attachments a bit universal or machine specific? You know, they may have universal ones, but I highly recommend you get attachments that are specific to your serger and your serger model. Sometimes they have parts of them that need to screw into the machine bed plate. And if you don't have the one that's right for your model or your brand, those holes aren't going to line up properly. You know what I mean? Not all of them have that, but definitely seek out the ones for your brand and contact either your dealer, or you can even go to the brand manufacturer directly. Just go to their website, go to the contact us, ask them this question, and they will be more than happy to help you. They have such great experts on staff, and, you know, honestly, head on first to your machine dealer because they take tons of education. They know these machines backwards, forwards, all that good stuff, and they can really assist you. But I definitely recommend making sure that you get attachments that are brand specific. Sometimes if you're buying a new serger, they will offer an attachment bundle if you want to kind of upgrade, and it'll be at a discounted price, or you might be able to negotiate a discounted price, for getting your new serger. And that would be an awesome thing to do, because then even if you aren't ready to go there yet, you have it at your disposal. And when you get to that point, you don't have to make this huge investment again, because you got it with your machine. And you might be able to, like I said, negotiate a great deal for that too. All right, so I have been waiting to do this for at least 2 weeks now. And for all of you who have watched So What religiously since the beginning, or at least over the past couple of months, you know that I recently got a Pfaff Admire Air 5000 serger. And it has taken everything inside of me to not open it up yet, so that I could share my excitement with you all. And we will do an unboxing together of this fantastic serger. And then I will be ready to use it. And I'm going to go through my serger session again while after I take it out of the box. I'm going to get it all set up so I can make awesome, awesome projects. So here we go. The only thing I did right before I started this live stream was take the tape off of the box. So here it sits. Michelle says it has been way more than 2 weeks. Time flies. I'm telling you what. All right, here we go. So first thing we see when we open it is our manual and our warranty card. Make sure that you are filling this stuff out and sending it in. It makes things so much easier if, anything happens with your machine, or if you need to look up your purchase, things like that. So make sure you're filling those things out. I am kind of terrible at filling those things out, but for my sewing machines, I definitely do. This is our second serger Bible. okay? This always, always stays next to me with my serger because I never want to assume, especially with a new sewing machine, that I know how it works because they are always updating the technology, always putting new features on things to make the experience better. And I find this is sort of a trap that we get into of, oh, I've been sewing my whole life. I know exactly how to thread this thing. It happens with sewing machines. It happens with embroidery machines. I have been working with customers and viewers and, for a long time now. And you'd be amazed at the simple fixes that you can achieve simply by refreshing your memory on how to thread your machine or specific things to do when you're winding the bobbin, let's say, or stitch settings that maybe you've always done it this way forever. You've always had this brand of machine. So when you upgrade, you don't bother looking at the manual. Trust me, I have done it myself. And then I'm like, why am I getting a bird's nest? Why is the thread breaking? Why is, this, that, or the other thing happening? 10 times out of 10, it's something that I didn't pay attention to in the manual. So, sorry I'm going off on a tangent, but keep this puppy nearby at all times. I have a great little IKEA cabinet over here. Sorry, I'm showing you all of my mess. My studio is crazy right now. But this is my serger cabinet. It has 6 drawers in it that are rather narrow. I've got all the thread that I like to use in my serger in the bottom 2 drawers. I've got 12 weight filaine, which is our acrylic fuzzy thread that I love to use for exposed seams on the interior of, let's say, like a wool jacket or something like that. I also like to use that to finish off fleece blankets. So great thread for serging. I also have larger spools of 30 weight cotton, king spools of rayon and poly deco. So that's my bottom 2 drawers. Then in the middle 2 drawers, I have any attachments, any machine maintenance type of things. When I get my accessory bag out of here, I will put that stuff in those middle 2 drawers. Then the top, I always have my manual in the top drawer, so I always know where it is and it's easy to access. Okay. Katrina also emphasizes the importance of having your manual next to you because when you're taking the sewing session, the serger sewing session, all machines are different. So she can't possibly give you specific information on the brand that you happen to have. She's going to give you information that's still invaluable that you will be able to do with your serger, but there are certain times where she says, consult your manual for the specifics for this stitch or the specifics for this technique. Here is, my take on it. So, manual. All right, now we've got our foot pedal. This stuff is so boring, I know. We will get to the machine. I'll go faster. Okay, we have our trusty cover. And here is our accessory container. And this clips on to the side of the machine, so you can have this at the ready, or you can store thread in it. So here we've got some thread nets. We have our spool pin caps. We have all of our great little tools, screwdriver, looper threaders, all of that fun stuff. And I love that it comes in a hard-sided case. Thank you very much. Okay. It's going to get kind of loud with all of this styrofoam. Okay, it's so pretty and colorful. I love that about Pfaff machines. They have such great colors, we want to be inspired when we go in our sewing room, and this just really helps a lot. All right, here we go. Oh, here she is. All right, so it's this beautiful teal color. Love. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, so this accommodates 4 threads, which that is great for me. Like I said, I love me a 4-thread overlock. All right. So your serger is always going to come with a little bit of thread in the loopers and in the needles already. They are color-coded. In this model, they're color-coded so that you can see where each thread is going on the thread path, and they're color-coded to your threading directions. All right? It's kind of going to be hard for me to just show you this. All right, we're getting a workout today. I don't know if you could see this very well, but in our threading directions, there are indicators showing you which thread creates which part of this particular stitch. It's always, well, I shouldn't say always because, again, every brand is going to be different, but typically it is threaded for a 4-thread overlock. So you will be able to see this green thread, which it's also very handy that our dials are color-coded in the same way. So this green dial has a green thread in it, and down here I can see this portion of this stitch where it is green. That's what that thread does, right? Then we've got red, blue, and orange. The orange is actually a yellow thread, but you know, we're close, we're close. All right, so it only has a little bit of thread on it, as you can see. Maybe 15, 18 inches of thread in here. So you can see the stitch that it is creating. There's a little bit of a thread tail here so that you have a reference point. There's the little thread tail. Now, some people, when they thread their serger, they like to tie a tiny little knot to the existing thread and then pull that knot through to thread their machine. I don't ever do that because honestly, I'm afraid that the knot is going to catch somewhere or not go through the needle eye. But if you're using a lightweight enough thread, you may be able to get away with that. And I have even seen educators do that as well. But first thing I like to do is learn how to thread this puppy. I will practice it over and over again, get the hang of it. You may have an air threader. You may have a manual threader. This is an air threader. So, again, I will show you. Your looper threads are going to go in these little holes here. And then you will push air through this mechanism and the threads will shoot out into your looper area and out through those little looper holes. It is amazing technology. If you have never experienced an air thread serger and threading a serger is frightening to you, definitely get the serger sewing session. There's a whole section on threading. Threading your machine, anatomy of a machine, and threads to use in your serger. Because there is definitely a myth that you can only use thread that is labeled serger thread in your serger. And that is simply not true. Serger thread is obviously marketed toward serger construction, serger seam finishes, not seam finishes, serger, seaming techniques. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank here. But you can use almost any thread in a serger. And you can use different weights of thread in the loopers than in the needles. We have lots of blog posts at Sulky showing you how to use even metallic threads in the loopers to create really cool effects. You can use exposed or rolled hems featuring 12 weight blendables, 30 weight blendables, a combination of metallic threads and 50 weight threads, all kinds of really, really cool techniques. All right, I'm going to get this off of my lap and it's going to find its little place on my serger cabinet. Hooray. Oh goodness. It's really not that heavy, but look how cute she is. Oh, I'm so excited. It's finally done. It's finally up. You all excited? I know. Okay. I hope you all get to have a new serger or a new sewing machine. Put it on your wish list for the upcoming holidays. You know, a lot of the times our family, especially, our partners especially, will say, oh, I have no idea what to get for you. What do I do? You know, and we kind of draw a blank because like I'm at a point where if I want something, I buy it if I can afford it, right? So a lot of the times I forget what I want during the year and, you know, I just draw a blank. So start those wish lists now. Put your new serger on that wish list. A lot of dealers will give you payment plans or, again, special deals, especially if you do an add-on or a machine upgrade. That's one of the benefits of purchasing a machine through a dealer is sometimes they will do upgrades. They'll take your old machine that's been in your closet and apply a certain portion of that toward your new machine purchase. So definitely ask about all of those options and see, you know, if you can take advantage of them. All right. Oh, she's so cute. All right. I'm going to go over to, would just love a serger. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Congratulations. I am going to get lots of use out of that and bring you guys lots of serger education and projects. So if you are in the same boat and either, you know, have a serger, don't know what to do with your serger, or are getting a new one or thinking about getting a new one, hopefully I can give you some more inspiration, even more than Katrina provides in our serger sewing session. So again, this is available at sewingonline.sulky.com. I am extending the coupon pricing to $14.99, but that will expire tomorrow, so you got to jump on it. Even if you don't want to take it right away, you can purchase the session. It will be stored in your library when you're ready to take it. So you don't have to dive right in. It's not live. It'll be there for you forever with all those printables and the pattern and all that good stuff. So even if you are not going to take the plunge today, you may want to take advantage of that $14.99 sale price of the session itself so that you can come to it later on. Angela is thinking of getting an air threader. All right. Need a new serger, but need to learn more uses for it. Exactly. That is what I find, you know, people say to me most is, yes, I have a serger. I haven't used it in forever. You know, I don't really do garment sewing, so why would I need a serger? Well, look at the projects we're making in this class. Not a garment to be seen. Now, if you do like to do garment sewing, especially sewing with knits, a serger is invaluable. It feeds your fabric layers through at the same rate in a quick, efficient, easy manner. There is no rippling of seams. There is no stretching of the knit. There is no puckering. It is the best way to finish a knit garment like our Sulky Perfect Tee. Let me know, give me a thumbs up if you attended our Sulky Perfect Tee webcast that we had a couple of weeks ago with So English Fabrics. We did restock those kits as well. We have the Sulky Perfect Tee kits available in navy. So definitely grab that up too. If you like to sew garments, haven't ever sewn a garment, want to get more use out of your serger, you can create a great t-shirt that fits you, flatters your figure, and that is easily customizable for sleeves, neckline, hems. I have already made 3 of them in different ways. You would never know it's the same pattern, and it's really becoming my tried and true t-shirt pattern. So, all right, again, I digress. Okay, more education on sergers. Yes, I love it. And, after you take the session, definitely leave some feedback either in the community or you can email us at info@sulky.com. Let us know what you want to learn next, because we are developing our next session for using the serger. And this first one was built entirely on feedback from you all. So we did a serger webinar. Man, it feels like a year ago, but I don't even know how long ago it was, with Katrina. We took all the feedback from that experience and built out this longer format course. So by hearing from you, we are able to create the content that you want to see and create the content that helps you further your serger education and learn how to use your Sulky products and make your life easier. So definitely let us know how you like it, how we can improve, and what you want to know about next. So I'm glad to hear that some of you want to know about serger attachments and serger feet, because that's kind of what I thought would be the next step. So that's our start, but I would appreciate hearing from all of you and what you want to know and learn. All right, Judy's spends a lot of time on the shelf. I hear that's a lot. All right. Okay, so gathers are also wonderful when done with a serger. Yes, and you can use your regular serger foot for that and just do some adjustments for the differential feed, and you can get beautiful ruffles and gathers using your serger as well, but they also have specialty feet that help you do it accurately and so professional looking. All right. Marianne missed the t-shirt class. If you missed the t-shirt class and you're interested in it, it is now offered on demand on our education site. So that is a free webcast with So English. And when you sign up for your serger session, you can also add the Sulky Perfect Tee to your library at the same time. All you have to do is register for it. It will be stored in your library. You can view the webcast on demand at your leisure, watch the entire video, get your printables, get your freebies, and enjoy that class as well. Another great project to use with your serger. Crystal registered but forgot to attend. Good thing is it's in your library. So you can watch it today, you can watch it tomorrow, you can watch it next year if you so choose. Okay. All right. Mary Ellen attended and haven't made it yet. So that's fantastic. And Evelyn is working on her perfect tee while listening. All right, fantastic. Okay. Gathered lace on a serger. That is really pretty. Oh, Dawn, good point. The lounge wrap. So one of our summer sewing sessions is called DIY lounge wrap. that is another fantastic project to make if you have a serger. If you have a regular sewing machine, you can also make the DIY lounge wrap, but again, quick and easy, professional finish, finishing seams, trimming your fabric all in one shot. It makes it so easy. The DIY lounge wrap, like I said, is another sewing session, a longer format course. You actually learn how to draft your own pattern, then sew it, then do some optional embellishments if you so choose. There are different modifications you can do for a longer wrap, a shorter wrap, a wrap with a belt, all kinds of different ways to create one garment, several different versions of it. So check that one out. If you're signing up for the Serger sewing session, sign up for the DIY lounge wrap session, and you will get tons of inspiration for Serger projects, and you'll have some new garments that can take you into fall. If you create that lounge wrap using a double knit for a little bit heavier weight or a sweater knit, that would be really beautiful. You can make a little bit longer sleeve, make it a little bit longer like duster length, and you can have a really trendy garment for the fall that even takes you into a little bit of winter. So Michelle has the wrap session in her library. Fantastic. Okay, so let me tell you all about our next webcast. Today has been a lot about our education opportunities at sulky.com. And, the reason I'm talking so much about them is because we work with some really fantastically talented experts in the sewing community. Our next webcast, which is October 12th, this is a live event, but if you cannot attend live, just like everything else I've been talking about today, this will go to an on-demand format right after the live event ends. So even if you cannot attend live, be sure to register so that it's added to your library and you can go and watch it at any time. For our October 12th webcast, which will be live at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we are joining forces with So Can She. Caroline Critchfield of So Can She. If you're not familiar with SoCanShe.com, please head on over and check it out. She has fantastic tutorials, patterns, a great engaging blog post, all kinds of fun stuff to sift through and get inspired for tons of different makes. Now, what I like most about her site is everything seems so doable. Everything is so accessible, and I feel like, I could make these things in an afternoon. They could be kid-friendly projects. She uses a lot of simple materials, but when you combine them all together and you put some technique behind it, all of a sudden you have something that looks designer. This organizer project is one of those things. So I will be demonstrating her twice as nice organizer pattern during the webcast. I will be going through how to create quilting dimension. I will be going through how to add optional machine embroidery if you so choose. If you don't have an embroidery machine, don't worry about it because we can embellish it different ways. Or you can create yours nice and simply with a gridded quilted pattern. The inside of this is vinyl zippered pockets. So when you open it up, you can see everything that's inside. So last week when I talked about this, lots of you were talking about how great this would be for TSA, for storing your 3-ounce bottles of things, because you can simply open it up. See how it opens up totally flat, but there's still dimension in it, so it holds a lot of stuff. You can open it up. Everybody could see everything that's inside of it. Then simply close it with your magnetic snap and move along with your day. So I love this project. It's a great gift idea. You can personalize it in so many different ways. You can choose from our brand new Love to Craft machine embroidery palette. machine embroidery collection. This is available at sulky.com right now as a digital design collection. And you can see I used the little kitty design on this particular sample, and I used the same threads that are featured in this collection, but I swapped out a couple of them for my kitty just so that she would match the fabrics that I chose for this particular project. All right, so I do want to emphasize that if you are grabbing up a kit for this webcast, it comes in two colorways, the Purple Heather and the Taupe Mauve. So you might just want one of each. I'm just saying, because we kept this kit extremely affordable. It is at a great deal. Can anyone guess how much this costs? It's only $22.99. $22.99. You get 3 fat quarters, you get the vinyl, you get the zippers, you get the magnetic snap, you get the foam interlining, you get all the sulky threads. I know, $22.99. So for that price, we did not include those embroidery designs or the embroidery threads. And many of you have, let's just say, how do I put this white? Okay, many of you didn't like that very much, and I understand, but the machine embroidery designs are available to purchase individually, very affordable, to purchase as a collection, so you can get all of those 6 designs for only $14.99. And the threads needed are all sulky rayon threads. Beautiful, beautiful colors that coordinate with the Purple Heather version. You can also obviously swap out the thread colors that you want. If you love these designs, but you want to use this Taupe Mauve Kit, you can simply swap out your rayon thread colors and stitch out those designs to match your fabric colorway. So the Taupe and Mauve comes with this awesome art gallery fabric print, and then the taupe coordinating, and then this cream on the inside. I'm going to show you those a little bit closer up so you can see. So here's the taupe colorway, the 3 fat quarters that you get. The other great thing about this project is you will get 3 full fat quarters. So if you want to put the arrow on the front and this on the inside lining, you simply swap the fat quarter for that portion of the project. If you want to use the brown on the outside and add lots of intricate embroidery, or that really cute Live, Love, Craft design, which is actually our freebie. When you register for the event, you will get the Live, Love, Craft design absolutely free. I would suggest using the brown as the outer so that it's a little more neutral and the print kind of goes into the background so that your embroidery can really pop on the front of your organizer. So those are the fabrics that you get with that taupe mauve colorway. And then these are the fabrics that come with the Purple Heather colorway. So this fabric collection is all centered around sort of a knit, crochet, crafty vibe. As you can see, I chose the granny square print for the lining of my organizer. And then I chose the little crochet hooks for my contrast piece. And then for my outer, it's a little stitched kind of pattern. Can you see that? But you can change it up. You can put the granny squares on the outside, and then you will have a really great guide for your sort of diamond quilting pattern. And you can just follow those lines with your beautiful Blendables thread, and you don't have to do any marking because you can just follow the lines of the granny square on the outside. That's kind of what I did for the taupe and mauve colorway. You can see I did my quilting to really emphasize the motifs in the fabric print. So that just makes it really easy for a beginner quilter, someone who's never done this before, or even a veteran quilter who wants a quick and easy project. You can simply follow those lines to do your quilting. So I'm going to take you through lots of lessons throughout this free webcast. You will learn how to sew with vinyl, how to stitch in the zippers with ease. You'll learn how to install magnetic snaps. You will learn different techniques for quilting, and you will learn the embroidery tutorial if you choose to add that to your particular organizer. So sign up for that while you're signing up for all the other stuff. Get your kits while you can. Some of you have already ordered your So Can She kits. I will show you kind of what those look like a little bit better here. So you get lots of stuff in your kit. You will get some soft and sheer extra. You'll get a little piece that you're going to use for your interfacing on those zippered pieces. You'll get the vinyl, you'll get your 3 fat quarters, you'll get the foam that you need that gives this really, really great structure. I mean, the thing just stands up on its own. It's so awesome. You'll get 2 zippers, you'll get a pack of needles, you will get a spool of 30 weight cotton blendables thread. That's what we're going to use for the quilting. You'll get a spool of 50 weight cotton thread, and that's what we're going to use for construction. And you will get that magnetic snap. So I think that you will find $22.99 is an absolute steal for all of the stuff that you get in this kit. Again, if you want to do the optional machine embroidery, you will need, of course, your embroidery design of choice. You will also need your embroidery threads of choice. You will also need some embroidery needles, and you will need additional soft and sheer extra stabilizer for that portion. So again, we were really trying to keep this kit as affordable as possible so everybody could join us on October 12th and grab one of those kits at the crazy, crazy price of $22.99. So someone is asking, where do you go to purchase the designs? So now we have a selection of really great embroidery designs right at sulky.com. So these are the Love to Craft designs that I'm featuring that really, really go great with that purple heather fabric collection. Let me see if I can bring those up at the same time so you can see how they all look together. Let me move this over a little bit. So you can see how this design collection just coordinates so well with that purple bag version. But again, if you love these designs, but you really love the Taupe Mauve fabrics, you can simply swap out your thread colors so that they coordinate. So no problem there. Just by registering for the So Can She Organizer webcast, you will get the Live, Love, Craft design that I'm showing right in the center of your screen here, absolutely free, just for registering as a thank you from Sulky. If you like these other designs, they are available individually to purchase at sulky.com, or you can buy them as an entire collection and get all 6 designs. So that is entirely up to you. Again, sulky.com for those great, cute little designs. Okay, adorable, lots of stuff in the kit. Which threads did you say to use for the embroidery? So these designs that I just had on the screen are digitized for 40 weight Rayon Sulky thread. It's important to note that if you choose to use a heavier weight thread, the design may not stitch out properly for you. Sometimes people say, oh, that's just a pink thread. I have this one on the rack. I'll just use that. Very important to see what weight is that thread. If it's a 60 weight thread, you won't have as great of coverage for your design. You might have a little bit of space in between some of the satin stitch areas, and you're wondering, why is this not looking right? That's because your thread is too lightweight for the design. Conversely, if you're using a heavier weight thread than what the design is digitized for, you'll have too much coverage. Your thread passes might go over the top of each other. That can result in puckering, thread breakage, bobbin buildup underneath, or a bulletproof design that really has, no more give to it. Your fabric doesn't flow like it should, right? So you really want to pay attention to what thread is this collection digitized for. So stick with 40 weight rayon for this collection. You can use a 60 weight bobbin thread. You can choose white or black depending on, I always go with what kind of coordinates with the fabric best. So if my fabric is lighter, I'm going to go with a white bobbin thread. If my fabric is darker, I'm going to go with a black bobbin thread. We also have some other neutral colors of pre-wound bobbins. Or you can use our Sulky Poly Light, which is a 60 weight thread. In the colors you will find complementary to the rayon. You can also simply use the same rayon thread that you're using on top in the bobbin as well. And in that case, you'll need to wind a bobbin for each thread color that you're going to use in the design. I always just do that before I even get started and kind of line them up in order so I can pop in a new bobbin when I'm threading my next color of the design. So the 40 weight rayon will work in the bobbin as well. Just know that it's going to be a little heavier weight on the wrong side, and that's okay, especially for a project like this where we're adding a foam stabilizer. We have that soft and sheer interfacing on the inside, so this has a lot of structure to it. The slight addition of a little bit more thread on the wrong side is not going to mess with the hand of the project or the hand of this fabric. It's also a fairly open collection, and by that I mean there's not a crazy amount of fill stitches going on. Let me pull it up again for you so you can see. So really cute, knit, crochet, kitty, crafting, very, very cute that coordinates with this, granny square crochet hook fabric print collection from Art Gallery. Okay, let's see if there's any more. Betsy's registered. I'll see you there. Just signed up and ordered my kit. Fantastic. Another thing to cover in an All About Threads webinar. Weight of threads and what purposes. That's a really, really great idea. Oh, I may have gotten the price of the designs wrong. Beverly says I said $14.99, but it is $17.99. So let me confirm that. I apologize. Sometimes I get the numbers a little mixed up in my head. So I apologize if I misspoke there. Is there a class discount? Okay, so the Sew Can She Organizer webcast is completely free. Ta-da! Completely free. The Serger sewing session, I have extended the discount for you all. So if you want to purchase the Serger sewing session, it is only $14.99, but that's going to expire tomorrow. Tomorrow being September 29th. Just in case you're watching this tomorrow and wondering why that's no good anymore. So $14.99, you must use the link that I put in the description of today's post and you will see the discount for the Serger sewing session come up. If you're not seeing that discount, you'll need to use the coupon code SERGER5 in order to get that coupon. Again, good for today only. Let's see, what other classes did I talk about today? So in short, Beverly, there's a class discount on the Serger sewing session, and the Sew Can She webcast is completely free to attend. Okay. Dawn, look at you bringing it all together. I love it. She's going to use her Sew Can She organizer and put her Serger accessories in it. I mean, brilliant. Why didn't I think of that? All right. Angela says, how do you know what thread weight a design is digitized for? Does it tell you anywhere in the design info? So some designs will say this is digitized for 40 weight, 12 weight, 30 weight, etc. I find a lot of the times if it's anything other than 40 weight, it will be disclosed in the description. If it doesn't say, it's usually digitized for 40 weight thread. 40 weight rayon, 40 weight polyester. The 40 weight poly deco is what I like to use for garment projects for embroidery. I also use it a lot for bags and for home deck construction. That one is really a great multi-purpose thread, honestly. So if you are ever wondering, you can reach out to the digitizer, to the company that's offering that design, and just say, hey, what thread is this digitized for? And they will let you know. Also, if you already have a design in your collection and you pull it up on screen, a lot of the times it will say next to the thread manufacturer. So I have set my machine to Sulky threads. My machine is compatible with like a cloud network where I can say, these are the threads I use. I use Sulky threads. Any design that I get that I import into that sort of software will tell the design to use that Sulky equivalent of thread. It's pretty great. So sometimes it'll come up and it'll say SULK 40, let's say. Or it'll give me the thread number, and I can go and look up that thread number, and it'll say, oh, that's a rayon thread. That is a 40 weight Sulky rayon. So there are a few different ways to figure out what thread weight your design is digitized for. If you have software, you can bring your design into software. A lot of the times it will tell you the thread manufacturer that the digitizer had in mind or was using to build that design. So that can tell you as well. If you ever come across a design that says heavy or brushed, you're going to know, okay, that means it's a thicker thread. So there are some kind of cues you can sort of decipher your thread weight that way as well. So I hope I'm giving you enough information to figure it out. But really, if you're ever confused about it, go to that contact us page, send in an inquiry, say, what thread is this digitized for? I want to make sure I have the right thread on hand, and they will happily get back to you. Okay. Michelle is all signed up. All right. Registered and ordered a kit. Love it. Oh, thank you for clarifying, Beverly. So we have another design collection that's called Love to Sew. So she was looking at the Love to Sew collection. That is $17.99. This Love to Craft collection is $14.99. So kind of the way we decipher the price of the design has a lot of factors. A lot of it is, stitch count. A lot of it is, digitizing costs, the artwork, all kinds of people. And it's a collective effort to produce these beautiful designs for you. So, all right. Okay. Thank you, Krissa. This is a good point. Some software platforms will let you change the density of designs to allow for different threads. Yes, if you have software and you know how to use it, you definitely can change the density, or even sometimes you can say, I'm going to use 12 weight thread here, and it will adjust the design a little bit for you. So it can space the stitches a little bit farther apart to accommodate that thread weight. So that's a really fantastic benefit of getting software. If you are getting really into machine embroidery, or you want to take your embroidery to the next level, I highly suggest test drive some of these free software trials and kind of see what is most intuitive to you so that you can start to experiment in that way. All right. Lots of people signing up. I'm excited. I have 3 granddaughters that would love the kitty. They all love pink. So cute. And our pets are always getting into our crafting and sewing supplies. Am I right? I am telling you, I will get my fabric so nice and washed and pressed, and I'll put it out on the floor, getting ready to cut it. I turn my back for 1 second, and all of a sudden it has become a dog bed. It's infuriating. It's infuriating. Oh, man, I tell you. So I find cats are always getting into the yarn, getting into the thread. Man, they love that thread. So, all right. Barb wants to know, are these download designs or will we get a CD? These are download designs. So you will want to set up your account at sulky.com if you don't have one already. If you've made previous purchases at sulky.com, but you haven't for a while, we did get a new website recently. So if you're finding that your account isn't coming up, you may just need to set up a new one. Because when we transitioned to our new site, everyone had to create a new account, but you will love the new features, and it's totally worth it. One of those new features is digital designs and digital patterns. Because now when you purchase a digital pattern or a digital design at sulky.com, it goes right into your account. So if you don't download it right away, if you printed it, now you can't find it, if you put it on a thumb drive and now you can't possibly remember which thumb drive it's on and you want to embroider that design right now, you can simply go back into your Sulky account, grab your download again, and move on with your life. So it's a great, great benefit to getting your sulky.com account. If you are getting one of our free projects, like our Love to Sew quilt pattern that we debuted last week, that will have a $0 amount at sulky.com. Once you add it to your account, there it is for you to find it later. And so another great thing. And yes, no shipping costs on the digital products. Hey, I know, exciting. All right. Diane, you are correct. That is our pet's way of saying you're not paying attention to me. My dog definitely knows when I'm going to cut out a pattern and stop petting her for a while. Okay. Lori's all signed up. Is additional vinyl available from Sulky? So the vinyl for these kits is only available in these kits. And it's a great, great vinyl from by Annie. We spared no expense and got the great stuff for you. It's a really great weight of vinyl. You don't want that sort of tablecloth vinyl that's almost too heavy. And you don't want it super lightweight like what you would find with, let's say, a fusible vinyl. You want something that's going to stand up to all of the use you're going to get out of your zippered organizer. So I apologize, but we don't manufacture vinyl, so we are not selling it separate from the kits. Okay. Linda wants to know, where do I find a class that I had before the website changed? So all of our classes, well, I should say all of our previous webinars, our webcasts, our video casts, our sewing sessions, and our special events are at sewingonline.sulky.com. That's a totally separate website from sulky.com. So sulky.com is where you're going to buy your thread, your stabilizers, your kits, your digital designs, your digital patterns, your free patterns, all that good stuff. Sewingonline.sulky.com is where you're going to find all of your education. So if you signed up for a webinar a year and a half ago, before we launched sewingonline.sulky.com. All you need to do is register for it again. Those free legacy webinars are all housed at sewingonline.sulky.com, and it will go into that library. So if you want to make things simple, you can use the same username and password on both sites, but just know you'll be logging into separate areas, whether you're making a purchase for physical goods at sulky.com or an education purchase. So does that make sense? I hope that does. Okay. All right. Betsy got her Love to Sew kitty design. There you go. Linda wants to know, how can I find the thread palette? Okay, Linda. So we are going to have a thread palette for the Love to Craft design collection. I was really hoping we would have it ready for you all today, but it's not quite ready yet. We were missing one of the thread colors, so I didn't want to put it out there and then have you have to wait for it. But I guess you're having to wait for it anyway, so I apologize. We're going to get that 6-pack thread collection up so quickly, and it will be available for you. If you want to hold out for the thread palette, that will be an option for you. You can get the thread and the design collection bundled together. All right. So I apologize, Linda. It's just not quite ready yet. Speaking of pets, there was mine barking at the door. Okay. Does Sulky sell the book to go with the Serger class? Yes, we do. And that is our freebie today for one lucky So What viewer. We have the Serger 101, a field guide. This book is at sulky.com. Grab this up when you're getting your Jelly Roll home decor kit to make your wonderful Serger projects featured in our Serger sewing session. So yes, we offer the book, and I will be giving this away to one lucky viewer who is commenting, liking, sharing today's post, interacting in some way, giving me those thumbs up, all of those good things. So thank you. That was a great segue into, coming full circle back to our Serger education. So I hope you have any great free projects and inspiration for all of your upcoming fall and holiday makes. So thanks everybody for sticking around and joining me today. I hope you all enjoy the Serger sewing session and sign up for our Sew Can She webcast. You all will love it. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next week on another So What?